Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It's Shirley with Spirit of Matter, and we are continuing with the exorcism series. This one, and you can listen it over and over again, call on the power of my ancestors, my lineages, matrilineage, patrilineage, two spirits. And this one is, I'm going to make it for all genders. This is for any people who have dealt with, in spirit or in matter or both, with any type of people, partners that use the tactic of try to destroy another person psychologically, change their food choices, their life choices, try to disgrace them on their looks, try to remove the shine, the glow, psychological violence, and immediately this touches at curation of mother and father wounds, okay? So there are actual cults that do that on purpose. I have to admit, it's something I wasn't aware of. And I know if something done to one gender, it's done to another, okay? So you could be man and you meet women or bosses or even men, okay, to try to emasculate you or to take you down or to deprive you of your ability to just like feel a man, okay? And to make you choose bad choices or bad food choices, to get you away from like taking care of yourself, or your life energies, something like that, or to break your soul. Like you, okay, you understand, you're not supposed to feel. So I mean, given that you're not an abusive man, okay, then you're not supposed to feel soul broken around anybody, okay? And if you're a woman, and if you're two spirit, two gender, you might feel it on like both things. If you're a woman, then that can be around people who, whether men or women, okay, try to make you go for the bad food choices on purpose. And there's a difference between, I don't know, having your ice cream or having your sweets or whatnot, or having your pasta, and where somebody's really trying to make you like eat unhealthy or develop ailments, like genuinely so. Like I gotta say what I gotta say, you know. Um, or when somebody trying to criticize with your looks or your performance, it just tries to bring you down or tries to keep you from growing, and they can do that in all kinds of like hidden ways, try to infiltrate your energy, okay? All these things. Or with the flying monkeys, okay, it's okay to expose and say, hey, that person has been trying to do that to me, and usually there's also evidence for that, because otherwise you wouldn't know that. Like you can watch my Rosalina video for a concrete example, and that's in the books of the entire class, okay? When they did that. But this is for those situations, and this is again curating mother-father wounds, curating wounds around glowing, okay, being seen, your visibility. Now there's difference between, you know, not wanting to put on makeup and not being able to take care of yourself because you're traumatized and psychologically abused or sexually assaulted. So for all of that, to exorcise, okay, that from your life, man or woman, okay, to exercise that from your life. All those people that try to, the people that try to kind of like take care of you and kind of like offer their advices, both men and women, okay? If only you did that, you would be looking so much. Oh, isn't it time to do that? Okay, those kind of abusive, like dumb fuckery people that need to look themselves in the mirror, but they are fear looking in the mirror, so they try to go for you. Those type of people need to get the fuck back where they came from, and bless them, work on their issues. But this is to, keep them away, keep those energies away, keep those people away, okay? Keep the people who advocate for these people away. Or the flying monkeys, hidden and visible and invisible, keep that away from your space, okay? whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, okay, you could be a man if you're trying to work. When I was doing pedicure, so other men also doing pedicure, or people like, whether you are taking care of yourself and people try to put you down for doing that, or whether you want to take care of yourself but it's challenging, whether financially or in some way, and it's challenging. So both, if it's challenging, to open roads for like abundance and stuff, but also it can be like people actually trying to deglow you, okay, and that happens. We have with the fact that every business, and every business, okay, business that you didn't have to go public before needs to go public. So both women and men and two spirits, they have to have like a brand or a profile picture. And yes, you can get around that, but you see that the type of things that they do to women, they also do that to men, because if man is like not glowy and not this and not that, would get less attention on social media, whether it's dating or it's the business profile, and kind of like how people look. And so that is kind of the type of energy we are going to exorcise this energy. And because we're talking about looks, appearance, glow, so I'm working with Venus. In Taurus and Venus in Cancer, where to make sure that what you're eating is truly nourishing for you. It's okay to have like your sweets or whatever. It's just like that you are sovereign over your own choices and sovereign over your own nourishment. Like, eat whatever the fuck you wanna, okay? But the point is that this is you doing that, and not this is you on a diet regime prescribed by gaslighters and manipulators and people who try to plant urges in people. And if you think that's just fancy, listen to Annika Lucas. Okay, she was a child that was taught how to mind control and plant urges in people. I had also my aromatherapist doing that both benefically and malefically. And like this is my aromatherapy teacher, okay, the second one, not the first. Okay, I would say the name Shani because it's not to mix with the first one. Okay, the first one's had nothing to do with that. But the funny thing is that she was doing that, and she was kind of like mercurial, and using that in both ways, where she's like, you're supposed to use that benefically with everyone, and it's not even malefic with malefic as Mercury is. It's just like sometimes just being malefic for a reason. So those things can come up. My psychologist, Ron, okay, he was doing that. I actually paid attention. I was like, what the fuck is this dumb fuckery? Okay, try to make me feel bad about my body, or stuff like that. It's just like weird things that definitely there's something to work on with your supervisor, okay, but but not to act it out on your patient. But this is because he was MK Ultra, and these cults, they try to ruin the soul and the body and the psyche of a person. I'm talking about the sexual assault. Now I'm talking about what the other aspects. And just so you know, okay, there are cults of people who try to do that. And then people, when are competing, whether it's for a job or for attention or even in dating, they can adopt such behaviors. And I know people that have been watching, what is it, there's this trans show where it was like a reality show of kind of like trans queens, and people were exposed to these toxic behaviors. Because with trans, it's very interesting. You have both, like, it's men that dress as women, and they have like all the toxicity from all the genders. And that was a show. It was put on as a show on purpose. But sometimes it's not for entertainment. You actually deal with that in real life, and that is intensely malefic. So this one is exorcism of those sexual harassments, of those annoyances, all these things that are done, or people try to get on somebody's nerves on purpose. It's just exercise all this energy, all these patterns. And if it is you doing that, so we can let's set intention to exercise that from your behavior. Okay, unless you want to find like safe space where you're doing that consensually with people, like that trans show, okay, but definitely not to act it out. So this is to exercise all of these behaviors. all of these behaviors out of our lives, out of our aura, out of our glow, our shine, our energy, our careers, our environments, our partnerships, relations. Even if you have family members doing that, okay, just set fucking boundaries. I mean, it's okay to say stop. I know with housing settings it can be difficult, but you can listen to that. Okay, you can listen to that over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then you can just play that. Okay, just play. Okay, that can be a boundary setting as well, because you're not being annoying, you're being setting boundaries, which is very important. People literally even try to plant stuff in the dreams of people for like to make them eat sugar on purpose, like really weird stuff that I didn't even think existing, and you don't know what the dumb fucker you fell into, but those things happen to people. Okay, those things happen to people, and this is video to exorcise this, even from your dream space. All these things that seem like very petty, but this is about a part of those like abusive stuff, and including where people try to infiltrate the nervous system. So all of those things, we send them like, okay, we send them the fuck away from our energy, whether they're in spirit, in matter, in dream state, in energy, behind your back, okay, kind of tarnishing your name behind your back, or doing any such thing. And again, I'm not talking about exposure or like real stuff actually done. I'm talking about, for those things. So this is really sending it back to sender, curating for whether it's father wounds, mother wounds, for the eyesight, for the heart, for the limb, for the womb, the breasts, okay? Like, I would so not mess with anybody's, like, sexually harass anybody. So if you touch somebody's breast, you are going to get cancer, okay? They're going to cut you the fuck off. You are going to get cancer, because breasts, cancer, nourishment, like, get a talisman to curate your mother wounds, or something like that, or just like do something with that other than acting it out on people. And with those cults that are very, very malefic, they try to do that to ruin men. They rape men, okay? So that's root chakra, to try to disconnect them from the crown and from wealth and from having possessions, and from believing that they can be safe in the world. And then they blame it on women, and then they have, of course, they have traumas with women. And I saw a very good book. It had the middle finger on with some flowers and stuff, and this was a book by a person that said, that was writing about a man that, I didn't read the book, but just the cover. The man had problems with women and was very shy and he said that maybe because his father tried to tie him up to an altar as a baby and to sacrifice him. And this is, of course, the story of Abraham and Yitzchak. And that continues on to the person that's exploring their religious beliefs and so on. So that might be you, okay? So that might be you, your partner, for those satanic ritual abuse, okay? And I heard that there's actually a thing, which, remember when they were doing like the stealth thing, okay? Trying to get women pregnant on purpose, or trying to harass their breasts on purpose, for the sexually harassment purpose on purpose, or to marry them even and beat them on purpose, like really dumb fuckery. And then, I imagine for men is the same. There are women that try to get to men and abuse them on purpose. Especially beware of the sex industry, because it's all espionage. The women might not be all aware, they may be kidnapped, they may be MK Ultra. And then this is not against sex workers, but it's no sex work, okay? It's just, it's MK Ultra, espionage, mind control, and be very wary of that. Like, normally, even if you think that she's not abused and she's not this or she's not that, like, this is where I would be cautious. Like, this might not be the place for people who are like naive and think that this is somehow and not so informed, because and I say that because people to begin with don't have the connection to their own sexuality, so they might try to regain it in some like hidden way, and that can be like so destructive. Okay, and you wouldn't have nothing to defend yourself because you went to someone who's being kidnapped and abused, okay? Same kind of like with women. If if you go to even female psychologist or psychiatrist, like the cult is like pretty much everywhere. So this is something that you want to kind of keep in mind. You know, I had my psychologist doing that. Okay, and then they tell you like you need to see a man because you need to correct your relations with men, right? So see a man that is actually a good example, and that was not exactly what was happening. So without blaming or judging, by the way. And he tried to kill me, but and whatever, no, you know. But without blaming or judging, it's just like he grew in a fucking cult, and he cannot provide what he wasn't given, right? Even when he gets paid to do that, it doesn't change the fact that he does not have to provide of that, and is on his journey as I am, and I have right to defend myself in any means necessary. So. And of course, so does he, but I'm not attacking him. I'm just leaving, setting my boundaries, okay? And my truth is protected, and anybody that tries to get at that is planning their own demise. It's very simply put. Okay, because I'm innocent. That's just simply put. So this is exactly to get all of this bickering and like small things or small ways to try to make a person like feel bad about themselves and steal their energy. This is exorcism for all of that, okay? And this is also to restore and reverse any effects of that on your life, any effect on your fertility, on your energy, on your well-being, on your food choices, on your glow-up routine, on your image, on the way you present yourself, on the way you're perceived, on the way you're seen, on the kind of people you choose to have around you. And no one gets to have access to your energy, even if your picture is online or if it is. Nobody gets to have access to your energy. And if they did, then all of what they did is reversed back to sender. And remember, we have a beta per se. We hunted them, the energy, we hunted them down and make them stop by every means necessary. Okay, this is a beta per se. Can I hunt them down and make them stop by any means necessary? You know, when these things were done on purpose. And again, but the point is to make them stop. It's not about vengeance. It's not about revenge. It's not about none of that. Just make them stop by any means necessary. That's it. Asserting our boundaries as we are defending ourselves and defending also our energy, our shine. Access to food that is actually nourishing, access to housing is actually nourishing, access to land that is balancing for our nervous system. A glow-up routine. Some of us need help with that. Some of us need makeup artists. Some of us need this. Some of us need that. Okay, but access to these things, and so on and so forth, and so access to preserving our income, our career. Okay, and so on. So this you can listen to time and time again. If it's someone you live with or partner or whatnot, just replay this video again and 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 again. And where you set your intention, this is also to open doors for you to have solutions, okay? To open doors to have solutions. I'm going to bring a little bit of Hermes here. So for opening doors, there's actually a talisman by Sphere and Sundry that literally talks about this. Okay, and this is to open doors for the abundance that you need for this is the antidote to those type of mercurial magics that try to get at you, to invert your magic. So this with Beta per se is highly benefic to hunt these people down and to make them stop by any means necessary. Okay, and this is with Mercury Aldebaran. Okay, so we have the power of Aldebaran, we have the power of opening doors, and this one is particularly good to have your sense of playfulness without those people that are interfering in your playfulness and trying to make you go against yourself. Those people get the Beta per se side of it. Okay, they get the Beta per se. They get hunted down and made stop and again, it's not revenge, it's not vengeance. It's just to make this stop by any means necessary. Okay, you should not have to deal with energy thieves and stuff like that. And this is good to kind of like set the tone. I'll give you a good example of what happened to me with this Mercury and Venus. So I was with the Venus talisman in Taurus by Helwas Astro, and I was with this Mercury talisman, and I was going to buy rose essential oils. So it was kind of diluted, and there was a price, the kind of reduced price, and so I picked 4, and I just go and I pay, and I have these. But the tester, it was pure essential oil, at least almost pure essential oil. It's very expensive in 10 milliliters, and so. What happened is that there was no scent for these. And so what I did, because that was done on purpose, such thing, so people will be misled, what I did is I was guided channel, okay, by these 2 talismans. I just went, did not say anything to anybody, took the tester, put it in my wallet and went out. And so what they tried to trick me, with the company, it's not the shop. It's a company that sells within the shop. They try to trick me. What came out, okay, was actually the fact that I could dilute the essential oil, the tester, with the actual 4 bottles. If I would talk to them, I would have to sue them. I have no access to lawyer. I have no access to this. And I would not be properly compensated, okay? So instead of doing something that I don't have access to because I'm not filthy rich and so on, then I did something very simple, and Mercury here assisted me to get not only my justice right, but I actually benefited from the trick. Like if you try to trick me, I benefit from that. This is the spirit of Mercury. This is Gemini Mercury. It's very cunning, very this, very that, but it's also somebody tries to get one up on you, then that it's like the Alan Jackson song where he goes to the garage, and the person tells them, oh, that's broke, that's gonna be $800 overpriced. And then he asked about this guitar, and he said, well, I can fix your guitar, it's like this, that is broke, that's gonna be about $900. And that's what this Mercury does. Okay. This is something you want to keep in mind. It opens doors for you. This is also how I got for the compound interest, and how the fact that all of my welfare is actually compound interest from my profits. But the way that this is compound is on the backs of children, and I end satanic ritual abuse and a change economy. Okay. So that is okay. This is both justice for this, but also justice for the children. It's good that my interest is compounded. It's not actually the taxes of the people, but my own taxes compound. But it's not good that it's compounded by these things that are done to children. What I'm doing right now is alchemizing this very compound interest until it is allocated to the children, and until I have my own peace of mind, independent of ability to work and whatever I'm supposed to do in this life. So yes, and at the same time, the fact that the welfare came to me, it did not fund for 7th of October. I basically was not funding for 7th of October, which is very good, well decision that I didn't even know that I made. My body would not work, and by the way, the problem began with my feet. And so, yes, that, like, as we speak, okay, it's such a good exorcism video. And I had to use the Beta Per Se for my eyes twice. So anybody that tried to cause ailment to your perspective, curse your eyesight, curse the fact that you have insight, okay? Back to sender and hunt them down and make them stop. I don't want you to see into that. Hunt them down and make them stop. So this is something you want to listen to over and over and over again, whenever you need to. You can download it. If I don't know how to do with links of download, but you can download it When there will be Beats of Joy by Ronald Bernard, then very likely, as long as it really steers clear of satanic ritual abuse as we want it to be, then you can pay me with Beats of Joy. Right now, download is completely free and will stay free, because why not? This is first help, and I don't think you even need to have to pay for these things. It's just to get that clear off the timeline. And then if you want to donate dividends, it's fantastic. So another talisman I'm working here, so I said about the Better Crusade, also has a Regulus talisman that I did in it, and a Venus Ereshki Gal talisman. So it's a very protective Venus, psychic attack shielding Venus, inner peace bringing Venus. Even people who try to harm your breath, like, I kid you not, I saw this happening. People try to harm your breath or make you not breathe, or like all this weird shit, all this psychic attack, really, to hunt them down and make them stop. This is the best thing, okay? There's the shielding, this does not affect me, maybe so much so that it's like gotten to that. Hunt them down, make them stop, by any means necessary. So Regulus is also good for visibility, patrilineage stuff, shadow bands, and there's a lot of trickery involved, okay? I've seen some people that may or may not have been involved. It's possible that if they indeed have been involved in silencing people, then they get shadow banned. Okay, that's the deal. But on the other hand, when I got shadow banned, I just met people higher up the rank, and then it all began with people not wanting to talk to me. So that, like, I just gained from that. So, and those are people that I would definitely not try to communicate if it wasn't for that. And then there is the Venus in Cancer with Moon in Cancer by Helwas Astro. This is to curate any mother issues. I like this one because it's making pampering yourself and nourishing yourself more fun. Can give you more desire to cook for yourself, or if there is, good, I don't know, facial you want to do, or taking care of your, like, glow up, it makes it more fun. It makes it doing it for yourself, for your own nourishment, that is more fun, and not because you have to do it, okay? Because I have Venus opposing Saturn, and the have to do it thing really got me out of, like, caring for myself, okay? And here it's giving kind of a good aspect with Saturn in my chart, but here it's giving the ability both to reconcile, to curate mother wounds, and to have good friendships, to meet people that are like-minded people. That one has happened to me as well. And all in all, in nourishment, okay, the actual benefic nourishment, that can be really, really fantastic. And of course, summoning up with the Thema Mundi, that is potentiating, it's a birthing. So anything that's been malefically affecting your fertility, and fertility is not only children. Fertility is literally your creative endeavors, and what you want to do here in your life, okay, kind of like your legacy. So this is kind of like the legacy booster by Sphere and Sundry, and have for the energy of all of these summoning up together to bring us good exorcism, okay, from the root, from the core, from the core of our soul, our psyche, our breath, our bones, our skin, our teeth, our thoughts, our nervous system, our energy, our ancestry, and really, really make the space for some good life, okay? And my good life talisman, I have one for Helwas Astro. It's still in my bag, and I'm still working with it. It has a lot of good things. And one that I made by Annuncia Third Lunar Mansion, and Third Lunar Mansion is really like the genie of the genie, I think. Yeah, I always call it the genie. Okay, of kind of like the make three wishes, and I find it I find it wonderful. Like it brings in such synchronicities that remind you of the good things in life. I like both the fifth lunar mansion, and I like this Spica Annuncia that I made, which is wow, but I don't have it. Like, this is not something that you can buy, so I'm trying to look for this Hellas Astro. Yeah, I have some Deneb Algedy with me, but this is Deneb Algedy just on a match. Not a match, the lighter. It's just a lighter. I haven't properly consecrated it, but Deneb Algedy is very good. I'm just going to turn on some fire. I'm going to turn on some fire. Here to burn all negative energy, all negative karma. Just burn all negative karma, okay? And all the people who try to burn you, okay? I'm not saying return to center, because that's really malefic, but definitely hunt them down, make it stop by every means necessary, okay? Anybody try to turn off your fire, okay? For those people that, yeah, preferred for them to stop. Even if they're angry or they're this or they're that, like, you know you did wrong. Stop. This would be a good time to stop doing that to yourself and to people. And you know that would only create good karma in your life. That you should know that is the case. And yeah, people may not like the name being exposed or this being exposed, but you know, a good thing to do for your name is not to harm people. Definitely not intentionally. So, but that can be corrected, taken accountability. I'm not a person who is holding grudge, and this is for the good life. This is for the good life. All these people that have been criticizing you for simply stating, okay? And this is for the I have enough. The I have enough. All these people that try to say you are having lack mindset, and then turned around and stabbed you in the back and didn't allow you to grow. No, I have enough. So this is for you both to see you have enough, to see abundance, and it's good to appreciate people for the good that they're done. That's not going away. It's not going away. It's just important. That's not like the hook in which they use to manipulate, okay? That's all. That's all that it is. And this is where we bring in for talisman of the good life, of being respected, of making, okay, your wish come true. And the first time I held this, I have to admit, okay, this Shani person that I mentioned, I have to admit that came up, her betrayal came up, and I asked to curate for Sedna, because I have Sedna with Venus. And so I can appreciate all good things, but it was very surprising that this thing came up, and I asked to curate for Sedna. So this, unfortunately, sometimes means you have to tell the truth and you have to expose the name. It's not to shut down anybody's business. It's not to interfere with anybody's growth. It's just to set the record straight for all the harm and betrayal that was done to me under the guise of help. And for that betrayal to stop affecting my life, okay? And really wish all the best for everyone involved. Really wish all the best. And start a new slate, and genuinely not to do these things to people, definitely not to people that you think are down low and are down low, that came to you for help. Definitely not to betray them, definitely not to use them, definitely not to limit their growth. And this is the 3 wishes, okay? This is not 3 wishes, the wishes. And this also remind us of the good teachings that we have, or the abundance that we have, okay? That is also I got from Hellas Astro, And one good thing that happened to me with this is I saw the plant is kind of like the plant of the there was this Christian person that I got this teaching by Idunavov that also I had to block his energy because there's something malefic going on there. I don't know, but I was not intending any harm. And that was a person who conquered, I think, Ireland, and he was Christian. And this saint, he used the flower, okay, that having these 4 petals that look like the cross, like the green cross, as the sign. He said this is a sign of Jesus, sign of Christianity. And so in that way he integrated the local belief with his belief, because he had to be like, instead of being inquisitor, then he did that with adjustability. And so when I went, I was going through the hospital, Soroka Hospital, in the department where they talk about neurology, and there's also an ailment in Hebrew is tareshet. And I had both my grandmama of my biological father's side, and this Idunavo had his mama dying from this. And in the department, okay, I see for this plant, and I see for paintings and I get for the channeling that to be creative and to paint is an antidote to this tareshet thingy. It's a neurological system, neurological degeneration. Okay, so being creative. So you see, that was something very benefic that I got with this. Although I have to admit that this Idonevo very likely interfered with the energy of this Shani woman malefically. Okay, so he has both sides, and I bless for both of them for the upside to reign, rather than those things that happen at lows. So this is how this particular talisman has been working with me, and I need to learn more about this plant for sure. And it's connected with abundance, 888 frequency. And so I kind of like seal that with curation of the wounds of betrayal, curation of all these things, all those malefic energies, to curate and to bring in the good wishes, okay? The good life, the good glow, the good food, the good thing, and all the benefic that our open heart and benevolence is something that we keep and we reconnect with, and that is respected, okay? And that is returned with benevolence. So good relationships, good relations, and that is really, really great work by Helwas Astro, and it always sells very fast, and for a very good reason. Okay, so that is the 3rd lunar mansion, Annuncia. And again, you can watch, this is a bit long, but you can watch this video start to end whenever you need to both have, okay, hunt down and make stop whoever is being malefic in your life by any means necessary, because you need not be apologetic. Bring truth and have this truth be accepted and respected, and to seal the deal, okay, to seal the deal, to open doors, okay, to undo any injustice done to you. If somebody tries to trick you, you double time the gain from that. They try to trick you, you make double time the gain for what they try to trick you into, in whichever way, and for to have your good wishes come true, to have energy of abundance, to have abundance in your life, to have good glow, beautiful clothes, or anything that this 3rd lunar mansion brings, and all your wishes to come, your benevolent wishes to come true. So thank you for listening.